Okay, so our mission is to foster an inclusive, sustainable, and multidisciplinary community supporting accessible design and play technology on this campus. So really our impact looks at toy adaptation. So that's giving toys out to the local community, design projects. We have some more members of the design teams and design chairs here today, and then doing community outreach. So going to schools, in clinics, and having people come to campus to really show them how things work. Before we jump into things, I just want to give a big shout out to Dr. Alyssa Spomer, our former exec chair, on successfully defending her PhD, and just really thank her for her time and commitment to HuskyADAPT. She was an exec chair for 2 years and really one of the founding members of HuskyADAPT and really helped make it the club it is today. And I have big shoes to fill standing here giving this presentation right now. So let's just give her a little bit of round of applause. So toy adaptation. So toys are really important to the development of a child, but they're not always accessible to individuals with disabilities. They might have small little buttons you have to hit or switches that you need to click, right? Just really fine motor skills. And not every kid can access those. So we can do things like adapt a toy. So toy adaptation involves converting off-the-shelf toys and making them switch accessible. So that is putting in a universal audio jack that can be used something like a pillow switch under your head, a head tilt switch, maybe a chin tuck switch, maybe a switch you bite, or a really big, large button switch. So something like this monkey toy here, right? As we go through and we put in an audio jack for somebody to use. So what are we doing for this? Well, we have adaptation workshops where we teach students and community members how to adapt during a 2-hour hands-on workshop. So we have one every month. And then we also loan out those toys to the local area. So all across the Seattle area, we give them to families, schools, and clinics for kiddos to play with. So if you guys want adapted toys, you can request them on our website. And we have some fun things this past fall. We had 5 toy adaptation events with 81 toy adapters and 46 adapted toys. And then we donate out 47 toys to 6 families, 5 schools, and 3 clinics. So pretty exciting. And then this winter, is say 2023, we'll be having our first toy adaptation workshop on Friday, January 27th from 5:30 to 7:30. A sign-up link will be in the newsletter for anyone to come and join. They're a really fun time. Get to do a little bit of soldering, take apart, open a toy package, take out all the guts, figure out how a toy works. They're very fun. You can also, if you want to get more involved, you can become a lead toy adapter certificate. So this would be you complete a safety training. You can just do that online, and then you would attend a regular workshop, and then you'll attend a yellow toy workshop. So that's one where maybe a toy that got kind of messed up during a regular workshop, right? The wiring got a little wonky. We try to figure out how to fix those. Maybe it's a toy that's been out in the community and we bring back and some wiring got pulled and we need to readapt that. So kind of a little more problem solving, a little more taking things apart. And then once you receive your certificate, you can help lead toy adaptation workshops, which is really fun. A lot of times we get to go out to schools or local businesses to do that too. So the design program is up and running. So this is a way to provide things, not just toys, to the community. So not everything is perfectly adapted for the world we live in, right? Maybe we use our phones as a great piece of AT, right? Maybe we use it for a screen reader, right? Or to magnify something, or even just to give us a voice, right? But maybe we need to modify things besides electronics. Maybe we want to kayak or cook, and maybe you need something to help you with that. So we help with that. So design teams are paired with the local community to co-design and create solutions to accessibility design challenges. So that might be something like an adapted lunchbox. So lunchbox a kiddo can open on their own without a teacher having to come help them. Or a spoon, right? So maybe they have a bit of a tremor, so their soup falls out of their spoon. So a device that helps dampen that. Or this is one of my favorites. You guys know the Xbox adaptive controller? We actually built it first. So this is the HuskyADAPT Xbox controller that we built prior to the one that is now on the market at Microsoft. So kind of cool that we beat them to it. So what does the design program look like? So this past fall, they're working a lot on the research stage of things. So needs finding, kind of figuring out what the problem is, meeting with their mentor and their needs expert, and really having that discussion on who is this person and what do they need. And then really starting to come up with some of their initial design thoughts and concepts. And now this winter, we're moving into one of everyone's favorite phases, which is prototyping. So just rapid ideations, cardboards, lo-fi things, and then getting into the 3D printing and manufacturing. And then in the spring, they're going to be testing and doing some iteration, and then they'll be doing their final presentations. So what have they been working on? So we have 5 design teams this year with 31 students, and they've been doing some brainstorming and ideation during bi-weekly workshops where we've been working on things such as accessible and inclusive design. So a lot of these students are, from all different majors, and they might not have any design experience. They might have a lot of design experience, but we're get everyone up to speed and teach them things like needs finding. So this is a team at the EEU, or Herring Center, which is the educational experimental unit at the Herring Center. That's like kind of a inclusive preschool where they're going and they're working on finding. There's a team that the school just moved into a new space, so they're helping adapt the space, the kids and the teachers. So, but that's just one of our projects this year. We have Switch accessible games, bike steering, and affordable wireless switch, early inclusive play at the EEU, and a sports transit team. So what does that look like? So we have the bike steering team. So they're working on a way to address asymmetry in motor coordination for an 11-year-old with acquired hemiplegia to facilitate independent biking. So their mission is to create a bicycle modification that's adaptable and commercially available bikes to provide their client Alex with a comfortable bike riding experience without the need for external assistance, right? It's a kid who just wants a bike, and they're helping him with some modifications. The team at the EEU is working on early inclusive play. So they're working on a way to address indoor motor skill development and lack of interaction between students with and without disabilities. So the EEU just moved to a temporary space while their building's being adapted. It's literally like trailer classrooms. So it's a much smaller space than they're used to. So they're working on adapting that. And their mission is to design new technology that will accommodate diverse needs and encourage inclusivity, in addition to co-creating other educational modes to establish an equal learning environment. So they're really working on gross motor play. The sports chair transit team is working on a way to address simultaneous transportation of sports and day wheelchairs and athletes who use wheelchairs to facilitate independent navigation. So they're working with Seattle Adaptive Sports and their wheelchair basketball team to really create a towing device that significantly improves the team athletes' ability to transport their sports chairs using their daily chairs. So it's kind of cool, right? So there's kind of have a bigger base and angled wheels. So really to transit, you take all the wheels off, and then you're in your wheelchair trying to tow another one. So it's kind of gets to a lot of hardware sides of things. And then we have a team that's working on a wireless switch. There's some on the market already, but they're $200+, really expensive. So they're working on a way to create a viable wireless switch that's more affordable than commercially available switches, is adaptable to increase accessibility in any situation. And then finally, we have the Switch Access Games team, which is working on a switch scanning device in the real world, right? So there is a way to address choosing and playing cards for individuals with motor disabilities so that they can play games independently. So they're really trying to create a simple, universal, user-friendly, and affordable device that allows individuals with motor disabilities to simply hold and play cards. They've already got in a little bit of lo-fi prototyping done, as you can see, where a red light is moving from card to card, and then they're selecting it with a white light. So they've been able to test this out playing Uno and a couple other games. So if you want to join the design team, there's a rolling application that is open, and you can find it at this QR code here. It'll also be in the newsletter, and that commitment is about 5 hours a week. And it's kind of taken on an as needed basis. So if the team needs a member, you'll be contacted. And then at the end of this quarter, we'll be having our first community design showcase, so you can come and see what all the teams have been working on. We gave you a little bit of a teaser, but there's so much more. There's really exciting things, and there'll be a lot of fun things for you guys to come see. Some 3D prints. Maybe you guys can help us test and break them too. So this will be about an hour to 2 at the end of week 9. It's just a one-time commitment, no signups necessary, and it will be check out the newsletter for an announcement on that. we'll be having our catathons and hackathons will be coming back. We'll probably be doing a project sidewalk, mapathon as well. So that will be some really fun stuff coming up. And those are usually a one-time commitment, and those will be in the newsletter. Team Go Baby Go, our partners at Go Baby Go, are working on access to self-initiated mobility, and this helps to encourage socialization and really the development of a kiddo. It can help with their motor and cognitive and social emotional development. But there aren't a lot of options right now in the market. A lot of kids don't get a powered wheelchair till they're like 5 to 7 years old, right, when they first get to school, which all of our typically developing kid is walking at 1, and they're crawling before that. And all of our kids should be out and exploring and causing havoc. So Go Baby Go really helps us to get kids out and pulling things off the walls earlier and running into walls as they see fit. So the Go Baby Go workshops involve modifying ride-on cars to provide young kids with a fun and custom tailored device to promote exploration. So a lot of things on the market right now can't be customized as well as a Go Baby Go car. So we can set the seating up for the kiddo. We might need to add on a wagon to pull a vent. So this is a lot of fun. It's a lot of problem solving, and you get to meet your kiddos at the end of the day. So this last weekend, actually, some Go Baby Go volunteers, we have a couple here, figured out how to build 2 new car models, a bigger 12-volt Jeep and a smaller 6-volt Maserati that will be rolling out end of winter quarter, early spring at a build workshop. So you should definitely come check these out. They're really fun models. And the ME capstone team has started working on a Go Baby Go car that will have joystick control, which I know a lot of people have been requesting and are very excited to hear that it will be coming probably early next fall. So Go Baby Go workshops are about a 5 to 6 hour one-day commitment, typically on Saturdays once a quarter. You don't have to have any experience with electronics or pipes cutting or anything. You just get to come have fun doing a really big Lego kit that helps kiddos. It's open to all majors, and we sent in the coming newsletters. If you want to get involved with our leadership and helping with our sustainability, email us at Go Baby Go. And if you want to participate in an event, register as a volunteer for next build using this QR code. Give you guys a second. And then some outreach things coming up. We have our quarterly lecture events. So keep an eye out in our newsletters for these. These are basically, we have speakers coming in. So last quarter we had Kelly Mack come in and talk about machine learning and how it's trained on in the bias in it and how that can impact accessibility in our data sets. This quarter, there'll be a panel of some industry from an industry panel with some design with the design program, which will be pretty fun. And then HuskyADAPT's looking for a treasurer. So you could help us set up our budget and manage our purchase requests and funding applications. So this is about a 5-hour-a-week commitment, and year long you get to hang out with some really cool people. And yeah, it's a fun time. So if you're interested in applying, please email Nicole Zano at nzano@uw.edu for more information. And if you want to get involved with HuskyADAPT, sign up for our newsletters right here. You can also sign up on the website if you don't know how QR codes work. It's a bi-weekly email. That is it. So you're probably wondering who the HuskyADAPT team is. So I'm Mia. I should have probably introduced myself at the start. I'm one of the design chairs. Would you guys like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Should we do like year ends?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm a senior mechanical engineer and one of the design chairs. I've been doing this for a few years now. So, if you have any questions, don't ask me or asking me.
Hi, I'm Valerie. I am also a senior in electrical engineering, and I'm also the other design chair. I've been on design team for 2 years, so I have like a lot of experience with designing that. Yeah, this is my first time.
That's great.
Okay, I'm Anya. I used to be also engineering, and then I'm the building coaches because I just have to get. And I've been running that for about 2 years, and then was on a design team, kind of like that, so do stuff.
Yeah. And then Dylan and Caitlin are our toy adoption chairs, and they help to run our toy adoption workshops and toy donation events. And then Nicole Zano is in charge of our outreach, so she runs our lecture events and all of our events with the local community. So with the library system, with the schools. So our emails can be found on the website if you're more interested in hearing about any of that, and we'll be around afterwards to talk as well. And then we also have our lovely ambassadors who are helping out with all of our different programs. So some are helping with the design program, some are helping with the outreach and communication. So really important to have them there. And then we have our wonderful faculty advisors. Some of you might be familiar with Kat Steele, Heather Fellner, Sean Israel, Jen Mankoff over in CS, and Annette Caspi and George Zotkla. And then we are funded by Create Now. So just a couple announcements from them. The accessibility seminar is every Mondays from 3:30 to 4:30. You can come and hear about cool grad students like myself. I'm not speaking talk about their research from everything from like how do little kids learn to use power mobility to how do we use ASL translation devices online. So really fun stuff. And then if you want to get involved with Create, join our Slack channel for updates on all things accessibility at UW. So we have fun events and all sorts of different things are posted there. If you have any questions, we'll stick around for a little bit. You can join any of our mailing lists or QR codes, etc. things here. Woo! There is a question in the chat for the design team. Are there specific days of the week that they meet or do they change every week? So the design teams right now are meeting, it changes every quarter. So right now workshops are on Tuesday evenings. And then each design team is meeting at 8 different times during out the week to work on their prototypes and all their design things. Yes.
For the design team, you mentioned how like if your spot is available, then you do it. You know where people are either.
I think those are still being determined right now.
For sure. And those are very much a piece by piece.
So. But we will be taking but the design program starts again every year. So if you don't get on a team now, you can always apply again in the fall to be on a team. You will get emailed when we have a workshop. So. Thank you all for coming. If you guys have any questions, we'll be around the room. We're looking forward to seeing you at some more builds. Oh wait, no, there's a couple of questions in the chat there. Okay. Will there be okay, yeah, that's for all minimal stuff. Yes, there will be a recording. Okay. Thank you all.
Things are like
except the design program.
Except the design program, right? But like that's sort of an exception. We have to do the workshops regularly. Like if you ever like want to hop in on it early, but we just love seeing people, a lot of people, many people at events. And I mean, I say that like we don't know a lot of people, but like for presentation and design,
yeah,
we work over capacity.
Always. Yeah.
So point is, like, you're welcome to go anywhere, and you just like people, and so don't feel pressure to do anything. And a lot of clubs are like, oh, I have to come this, and this meeting. We're not like that. we try to do like an intern. So if you just become more excited to workshop, or you want to become an officer, like Anya, Sal, Julia, I, and India, and Honcho. Um, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
There's
So
new ways to get
yeah, ambassadors are kind of fun. They might help with like running a hackathon potentially, or maybe helping with like communications, making a promotional video, help with a fundraising cause. So if you want to just work, if there's something you're really interested in, come and talk with us. We can probably help make it work.
Yeah, any other questions, or like you can just ask about literally